It's time for another VyStar Debt Payoff Challenge. I'm at Jacksonville Heights Elementary with Marc Streebel. He is a VyStar financial educator. And Marc, we're going to be meeting with Kara Kavanaugh. She is a teacher's assistant or a teacher's aide working with children with special needs. A very, very important job, but what she's struggling with right now is credit card debt.
And she's not alone. There are so many people we're seeing with the Debt Payoff Challenge that are struggling, just making minimum payments, possibly missing a payment, which is adding fees, and it's hard to make any kind of progress at that point.
Right, right. And she's actually taken on a few other jobs as well to help alleviate some of that pressure. So how are you going to come in and make sure that she can make this all manageable for herself and not overwhelming?
Well, I was really inspired that she's a teacher's aide. We've all had that hero teacher that's helped us at one point in our lives. So this is going to be great because I'm going to actually create a lesson plan for her as if she's the student this time. And we're going to come up with actionable items so that she can make it make sense for her.
And it's not going to be overwhelming, and we're going to get her out of that debt, right?
Absolutely.
All right, let's go meet her. Hey, Kara, I'm Jordan. This is Marc.
Hey, good afternoon.
And it's so nice to meet you. Thank you for what you do too, by the way. Teachers, such an important job. But we have to talk about the VyStar Debt Payoff Challenge and why you wanted to join.
So a couple years ago, I was in a car accident that totaled out my car. At that point, I realized that I had a lot of credit card debt and I wasn't able to manage a new car payment with all this credit card debt.
Right, and that can be a big challenge, but what's really cool is you did join the VyStar Savings Challenge, and not only did you save $1,000 to put in your account, you won $1,000, and I'm sure that helped a little, right?
It absolutely did. I was able to go ahead and put it into my savings account and get that first $1,000, which made me feel just so much more comfortable and like I could really start tackling my debt because I was more secure.
And that's fantastic. So you joined the Savings Challenge, you learned, you started saving, you're the winner as well, and now you're back for the Debt Payoff Challenge, and that really shows me that you're really committed to this. So it's fantastic.
Right, you want to jump right in because especially nowadays, right, with Amazon and all the impulse buying, it makes it so easy to kind of get down into that debt when it's so easy to just kind of click and buy, right? And I know we kind of all deal with that
Absolutely.
at times.
I'm the biggest Amazon shopper ever. So I definitely wanted to join this challenge to get feedback from the other members, be able to give some feedback myself, and just kind of jump into tackling this debt and staying a little bit off of Amazon.
I know I didn't hear Amazon.
No.
Oh, who's that?
This is Gisela, my coworker, aka my spending tracker.
Oh, very nice. So an accountability buddy.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me how that works.
So I track our spending and make sure we don't go over budget.
Oh, coworkers, best friends, and accountability partner. And so how do you help her?
I make sure when she wants to buy lunch during the week, we're not throwing it on the credit card.
Very nice. So it's nice to have a buddy to help you along the way, right?
And that's fantastic, yeah, because actually having an accountability buddy is going to help support you whenever times get challenging. And a lot of people don't have accountability buddies, and that's where we have our VyStar community page to help with.
Yes, on Facebook, and you are part of that group, right?
I am, and I love it. There are so many helpful tips and tricks on there I would have never even thought about.
And so you've been able to kind of teach her some of the things you've learned on there, right?
Absolutely.
And you're going to be able to actually teach her the things you're going to be learning at the branch with Marc.
I'm excited.
Yeah, so we're going to be putting a lesson plan for her, right, Marc?
That's right.
Okay, let's go ahead and head to the branch.
Let's go.
All right.
Kara, we're at the branch, and this is where we're going to actually take the plan and put it into action. So we've created your lesson worksheet, your teacher's aid, just like what you do perhaps for your students. So let's take a look first at that current snapshot. So can you tell me about that?
Okay, so I am ready. Right now I have about $7,000 in debt. That's between credit cards and a personal loan I have. And it's overwhelming looking at that number and thinking about how I'm possibly going to get that paid back.
You're not alone. A lot of people are very overwhelmed, but it's something that we can definitely take care of and help with. So let's talk about what's stressing you out specifically.
So it's just the high interest rates on those cards. The balances are already next to the max, and those interest rates add up every single month.
So it's good that you recognized where the stress is coming from. Let's talk a little bit though about what's working for you.
So I already pay more than the minimum some months, and I'm enrolled in those e-statements, which help me really stay on top of my bills better now. And then asking for guidance in the branch as well as on that Facebook group where I can have all the other members give me just tips and tricks that they find helpful.
And those are such good habits that you've developed so far. It shows that you're really committed to this process. So great. So let's talk about what we're going to actually focus on and what steps we're going to put in place. So we want to talk about those payments. So we mentioned you've been a little inconsistent. Sometimes the payments have been over the minimums, and that's been great, but sometimes you missed a few too. So how can we make sure that we don't miss any payments?
So I'm definitely gonna set up that auto pay and set up those app alerts and put the reminders in my calendar that we talked about.
And the amount of interest that you're gonna be saving by paying all of this off too, $145 a month, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
Let's talk about what the next step's gonna be then too, and where we're gonna start with those payments. So your smallest payment balance that you have, tell me about that.
It's that personal loan with that about $602 balance.
Okay. And what are you paying on that every month?
So I pay $20 on that every month.
So once that's paid off, we're gonna look next at your highest interest card, which is
It's definitely that Amazon at 29%.
29%. So you're rolling over that $20, making additional payments on that Amazon card at that point. And again, we're gonna talk about what are some of the habits that we're gonna be changing in here. So what's one spending habit you're gonna be pausing?
One big thing I did was I deleted the Amazon off my shopping cart, so no more one-click buying for me.
That's perfect, because I already know who I'm gonna call,
Just that look.
your accountability partner. Now, let's put it into concrete plans here too. So once again, what's the first account we're paying off?
That personal loan,
Personal loan, saving you,
$20 a month.
and we're putting that toward.
That Amazon card,
So total, what's that gonna save you?
that's gonna be $145 a month.
And that's what you're gonna put on to your next card after that
Absolutely.
too. So the tools and support you're using throughout this process, tell me a little bit about that.
I will definitely continue to use you, my wonderful financial educator, and all the weekly tips from VyStar to help me with this debt, as well as just the Facebook community and all the wonderful members who have all their great tips and tricks.
That's fantastic. And we want to encourage you too, also in all of our branches, we have more financial educators should you need them going forward as well. Now let's talk about too a little bit about your credit score and what that looks like. So tell me where you are there.
So right now I'm in about the 600s, and I would like to be 700s or higher.
Okay, and how do you check your credit score currently?
So honestly, I don't. I only check it when I need to apply for a loan or a credit card, and they send you that piece of paper that tells you what your credit score is currently.
Okay, we need to go a little bit more consistent and something more concrete than that too. So do you have our VyStar Plus checking?
I don't. What is that?
Okay, so the VyStar Plus checking will help and send you those credit monitoring reports, as well as help you with identity theft as well. But that's something that you should really look into getting so that you could check those credit reports frequently.
Oh, I will definitely talk more with you about that.
Perfect. Now, one thing, and the reason why you think progress is going to be possible, tell me what that is.
Just working with VyStar and getting those tips from the Debt Payoff Challenge and the wonderful members on the Facebook group, I've already made a dent in this debt. So if I could get this far, I know I can continue with all these wonderful people helping me be accountable and giving me all the inspiration.
You've got some great habits, some great support lined up. So let's check back with you in a few weeks, and we're going to see how you're doing then.
Okay.
The behaviors that Kara is looking to change are the online shopping that she wants to get away from. She wants to start saving more, so we need to get rid of some of that high interest debt so she can put more in savings. Kara having an accountability buddy is a fantastic support option for those challenges that might lie ahead. And it's great that you can look at the VyStar community page. There's a whole community out there that can help be that accountability buddy for you.
So I actually got an email from VyStar, and when I opened it, I realized you guys had a whole financial quiz I could take to help me realize where my struggles with debt come from, my money management, and it just helped me start this journey so I feel more comfortable. I am so glad you guys are doing this so you can motivate other people who are scared like me to even talk about their debt. It's that elephant in the room that we don't like discussing because we feel like we're alone. I would like to be able to buy my first home in the future, and I know until I get my credit score up and I get my debt under control, that wouldn't be possible. But with VyStar, I know it's in my future.
Well, we'll check back in with Kara in a few weeks to see how she's doing with the VyStar Debt Payoff Challenge. And if you would like to join the VyStar Debt Payoff Challenge, you have until April 30th to sign up. Just go to VyStarCU.org, where you'll also find some free tools and resources to help you in your financial journey.